Wait, do we accept we've been beaten by the better side today?
No, not at all. I think we didn't make them work hard enough to score against us, but fair play, when they've got the opportunity, they've scored. But largely, we didn't do enough in front of their goal to warrant any points out today either.
You can say that the supporters were frustrated. I can say you guys are frustrated as well. Were any of the tactics wrong today, or do you feel they didn't undertake the instructions, or a bit of both?
Listen, we will go and look at that, but from our perspective, what we've asked of them, they haven't been able to execute, and I don't believe it was because of the opposition. I felt we didn't find the passes in the areas that we've anticipated that could hurt them. We turned it down too much, and if we did try to pass it in there, it was of low quality, which then if the game plan's not executed, it can't be anything tactical. They need to stand up and just be counted, the boys. Listen, we're right behind them and we'll help them get there. But I think, again, if you was to walk inside the dressing room, they'll be largely disappointed with how the performance as a whole went.
It's been about sort of 20-25 minutes or so after the game, so you've all been together for that time. Would you describe how you're after a game like that? As I can't see you as the type of guy who throws teacups at the wall, but presumably it's a bit more constructive than that, or was there some anger?
Listen, there will be times that they need that, and that's not my go-to directly. I'm not in that space at the moment. I think it's more from a place of understanding that they need to have collective understanding to execute the game plan, and for me, we were too fragmented today. So listen, we ask questions, we understand their perspective and point of view. If they miss a line, we'll have the conversation, but they didn't. It was very clear in terms of what we expected, in terms of how they're feeling now and what they felt they got wrong and could have done better. So it shows that they understand what is expected of them. They just need to work a little bit harder to make sure they execute it.
Conceded the 3 goals today, and the last one, presumably we were sort of chasing the game a little bit, so less anger about that one. But what about the other 2?
But even still, I think all 3 goals are preventable in our opinion. Right, we've blocked a shot on the edge of the box for the first one, and then allowed a cross into our box where we've lost the duel. We shouldn't be losing duels in our box, first and foremost, because we had enough bodies in there to kind of deal with it. The second one, from our point of view, it looked way offside. For some reason, he wasn't, so we'll have to watch and look at that one back. But when speaking to the boys, it's around, again, making sure we are picking up when we're coming out of the box. And then the third one, we have to clear the first one. They've scored from their keeper, kicking it down our throat, not competing for the firsts. And then it lands in the back of our net. For me, that's the hardest one out of the 3 to take, because we shouldn't be conceding goals like that.
And presumably the hardest thing about football is scoring goals, isn't it? Did we look enough like scoring at the moment?
No, we didn't. We didn't today. And I think if we become predictable in how we want to play football, then it becomes easy to stop. And that's exactly what we just discussed. When you want to play from side to side, it needs to be with a bit of tempo and urgency. You can't just pass it and think that you're going to carve people open, right? So we need to do better with a little bit more intent to want to go towards goal, because we've got the players there. We just need to make sure that we can start to do that a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, I think the question is, one of the discussions behind the goal, a lot of the corners were played short, weren't they? What was the thinking there?
Listen, they're a big side and they're very good in the air. So before putting the ball in the box, we want to move the ball. It's not to play short to create something short. It's to make sure they have to move so we can try and gain an advantage on them. If we was just to put the ball in their box time and time again, that's their game. They want to. They meet first contacts really well, so we needed to try and move them before putting the ball into the box.
Yeah. We had a couple of team selections today. No Eddie Simon squad today?
Yeah, he's away today. His sister's getting married.
Fair enough.
He told me, before we signed him, to be fair, that he would miss today. So it's one of those he couldn't get away from, as you can imagine. Who else did we?
The other change you made was at the back.
Yeah. Tactical again. They play. I thought Matty was really good on Saturday, by the way, and we spoke to him and said, look, it wasn't because of how you performed. It's purely we're going a little bit more height because of how they play. They're a direct side that play off their front 2 really well, to be fair. So we went with Brad in at right back for height more than anything else. So it was just a tactical change, but when Matty come on again, he looked fairly comfortable and did okay.
Big game Tuesday night, Dagenham and Redbridge at the start of the season. A lot of people's favourites. They've not scored yet this season. They've made a tricky start. Look at that one now.
Listen, I think on paper they're a massive club, right? And it's a good time to play them because things may not be gelling, just like what we're seeing with us at the moment. So we've just got to try and go there with a clear head, clear mind, and take the game for what it is and try to execute how we feel we can beat them, and then put the ball in the back of the net, because that's the most important thing when you're playing football. and if hopefully we're the ones that can do that, and they're not. So we try to set up every game to win the game of football, so it will be no different.
Good luck Tuesday night. Bad luck
Cheers,
today.
mate. Thank you.